Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing tools, spiritual tools for daily living. If you don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I am the senior minister here at the Oasis, and it is good to have you here. We are so blessed that you joined us. There's 1,000 things you could be doing on a Sunday morning, and we're glad that you're here with us. Today's topic has changed a lot. Last night it was going to be words have power, and somewhere in the middle of the night, I don't know if I dreamed something different. I don't know, but today we're going to talk about vibration and how to change your vibration and change your life. You know how we say change your thinking, change your life. Well, I don't know what happened in my dream, but I woke up this morning thinking we really need to address vibration. So that's what we're doing this morning. So the sermon I typed up is not there. So I'm going to be using notes from several different places, just so you know that's what's going on. Joining me today is my beloved assistant, Faith Rollins. Faith was born in our congregation. Her parents actually met in my congregation, and she was our firstborn and my first baptism. And now she's 17. She turned 17 last week. And she's my loyal and faithful assistant who does just anything I need her to do. So today she's not only going to be assisting me by answering your comments. I am really talented with multitasking, except when I'm talking. For some reason, if I'm talking, I cannot think to do anything else. So she knows me well enough. She's been around me her entire life. And so when she answers your comments, she answers them for me. And usually she's very good at answering them just like I would. And she's going to be singing a song from, is it Karen Drucker, The Stand?
Yes.
Stand?
Karen
Okay.
Drucker, called Stand on the Beloved album.
Ah, okay, cool. Awesome. So anyway, that's Faith. She's going to be supporting me today. And also supporting me today is a wise and powerful Oz. He likewise has been with me since like 1998. I am so blessed that God gave me this team to work with because, we just are in sync, all of us. We really are able to just move together and do God's work. So I'm so glad to have Oz here. He is our practitioner of the day and will be praying us in and praying us out. All right. Thank you, Oz, for being here. All right. Say hi if you're here. Hello, good morning, whatever greeting you would like to use. It helps us it helps me to know who's here. And I do check the comments while things are going on, like singing and that kind of thing. So I will know if you're here. We love that you're here. Let's see. If you would like to do a watch party, you can click that watch party button. It's a great way for you to attend church with your friends and be able to talk back and forth without disturbing anybody. Like in church, you couldn't do that. But here on online church, the sky's the limit. All right. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
The presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
The presence of God, everywhere, always, around and through all that is. It is all that is. It creates all that is. It moves through each of our beings, making us who we are, animating us, beating our hearts, pumping our blood. That presence, that force that supports, upholds, and uplifts us at all times is right here, right now, in us, as us. It is who we are. It is what we are. It surrounds and enfolds all being, and it functions perfectly, for it has infinite power, endless power to control and communicate and to run through the tiniest detail of our lives. I know this presence is here right now in this service, and that the message is uplifting and inspiring, and each of us hears what we need to hear. I know this is a good thing. I know that it is all good, and I let this goodness roll forth, and I give great thanks, and I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. All right. The next song that we have, we do a lot of music, as most churches do, because it opens the heart so that it opens the mind. This next song is from Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver, We Are All One. If you know the words, sing it loud and sing it proud, because you can't bother anybody, right? You're at home.
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
We are all one in it. Great. All right. Let's see. Yeah, say hi, hello, good morning, whatever greeting you would like. It lets us know who's here. It lets me know who's here. It's so different. It's doing this online. When we were in a church, you know, I could look out into the audience, see who was there, and I could kind of fine tune things based on who was there, but I can't do that anymore. So if you'll let me know, at least we can know who's here. Also, if you like something that is sung or I say, do the thumbs up button. If you love something, send us hearts. We love to get love. And if something really strikes you as powerful, you know, there's that little wow button that we love. You can always click on that and just give us some feedback about how this is going for you. All right. All right. So without further ado, I am now going to introduce Faith Rawlings singing Karen Drucker's Stand.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but but I always left it up for someone else to do. And I finally realized I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking I could change my whole life, and that's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be peace. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Yeah, we are making a new world now. Yeah, we are making a new world now.
I know you missed the applause. Don't we all? Thank you, Faith. That was beautiful. Like I said, last night I wrote a sermon on words have power. Because I was thinking about, all of the stuff that's going on in the world right now and how our words really affect others. And a lot of times we don't think our words do. And so that was the gist of where I was going. And then I slept and I don't know what happened. I must have had a dream. I don't know. But I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, no, it's not words that we have to address. It's vibration. We are, as a universe, not just the United States, but as a universe, we are in this lower vibration of hate and violence and just resistance to everything. And you know what? You resist persists. And so I started thinking about how vibration, how we need to raise the vibration of the world. And everything that we do in the world starts with us, right? Starts with us individually. So I apologize. I've got like 3 places that I'm going to be grabbing notes from. since the one I wrote last night is not the one I'm delivering today. You know, God works that way. It's not my sermon, it's God's sermon, and I just open up and let it come through me. And so if there's a change in program, I just run with it, you know. Okay, God, I got it, you know. So obviously that was communicated to me somehow, that we need to change the vibration of the earth. And the way to do that is to change our own vibration. And science backs up all of this vibrational stuff that we talk about. As I said, you know, we're covering the first 4 chapters of our textbook the last 4 weeks. And last week I talked about, you know, how to use it. And I was talking about affirmations and meditation and prayer and visioning and visualization. And I said, our version of prayer is affirmative, and it's not about beseeching God, and it's not about, you know, praying to someone. It's about changing our vibration so that it vibrates at the frequency of God. So, for instance, you know, if I've been operating in the vibration of poverty for a while, I can't even say the word. If I've been vibrating at the frequency of poverty for a while, then the antidote to making my life better is to change my vibration to the frequency of prosperity, which is where God vibrates at. God doesn't know anything about poverty. God only knows an abundance of everything in the world. And so the only way that I can overcome my vibrational frequency that is addressing poverty is to change my vibration to the frequency that God is at for prosperity. So as I was thinking about that, I remembered a long time ago that I did this sermon about this experiment that was done. And I apologize for I have to have the latest specs on. There was an experiment done at the Institute of HeartNap. And the paper was actually entitled Local and Non-Local Effects of Coherent Heart Frequencies on Conformational Changes of DNA. That's a long title. But basically what happened is they had 28 trained researchers who each received a vial of human placenta DNA, which is the most pristine form of DNA. And each of these researchers received a vial of this stuff, and they were trained to generate certain feelings and emotions. And so the researchers would take these vials and they would hold them, and while they were holding them, they would shift their feelings and emotions. And let's see here. Okay. And so the DNA changed its shape according to the feelings of the researcher. When the researchers felt gratitude, love, and appreciation, the DNA responded by relaxing and the strands unwound. And the length of the DNA would get longer. Then when the researchers felt anger, fear, frustration, or stress, the DNA responded by tightening up and getting shorter. And it switched off the DNA codes that tell our bodies what to do. And so have you ever felt like shut down when you're feeling overwhelmed by emotion, or you don't want to address the emotions that you're feeling? Well, that's why. Because the body reflects those feelings and emotions by the DNA in our body is responding to that by shutting down those codes. And so it makes perfect sense. The shutdown of the DNA codes were reversed, and the codes, and let's see, when feelings were switched back on, then the codes were switched back on when there were feelings of love, joy, and appreciation that the researchers generated. The experiment was then later followed up on by testing HIV positive patients. They discovered that feelings of love, joy, and appreciation created 300,000 times the resistance that they had without the feelings. Okay. And, you know, that's the answer to this virus thing. I mean, you know, I'm not saying, okay, just focus on love and you'll never get the virus. What I'm saying is that your resistance to it is increased by feelings of love, joy, gratitude, appreciation. If you can stay in the feeling of love, joy, gratitude, and appreciation, because these results went beyond the effects of the electromagnetics that they could test for, you see. Individuals trained in feelings of deep love were able to change their own DNA. That's what they found in the HIV study. And Greg Braden, God bless him, I say it that way because he always says that he has found something new that has never been discovered before. And I scoff at this because it's not new and he is not the first to discover it. Just saying, we've been teaching this stuff for a long time. I think, Ernest Holmes, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, was teaching this stuff in the 1920s, whatever. Okay, so anyway, Greg Braden says that there is a new recognized form of energy to fix all of creation. And he says this energy appears to be a tightly woven something that connects all of matter. Essentially, we're able to influence this web. Oh, web, that's what it is. This web of creation through our vibration. And he's right. He's absolutely right. I scoff at him because it's not new. Him and Carolyn Mace are always saying, oh, I just discovered this, and this is like brand new information never heard before. Like I said, we've been teaching this since 1927, just saying. But he's right. He's absolutely right that the web of creation, our DNA, responds to vibration. And so if we are willing to focus our attention on love, joy, appreciation, and gratitude, instead of what's going on in this world, then we can not only increase our resistance to this virus, but we can also experience less resistance in the world, right? Like I look around and I see what's going on, even Russia is having riots. Not that I don't believe what they're rioting about. It's just interesting to me that I look around and I see that everybody's in resistance and everybody is being violent and angry and, for whatever reason, a lot of it's they're good reasons like Black Lives Matter. I agree with Black Lives Matter. It's just interesting to me that there's so much turmoil going on in the world because that's a very low vibration. And so I think the answer to all of this is for those of us who are woke, so to speak, to change our vibration to the opposite, change our vibration to love and acceptance and peace and power, not the kind of, up and down power, but the kind of power that exists within us, that infinite life, that infinite presence, that infinite being of God that lives within us, that is the power that we utilize. And I think if we're focused on that, our life certainly will, our attention will definitely be off of all the violence and the resistance to the power within, which is a much happier, peaceful feeling and emotion that we can have. So we're changing ourselves, and like George Bush said, former President George Bush, said that the time would come when there would be 1,000 points of light. Now, I'm sure he didn't mean it the way I'm going to use it, but when all of us can change our consciousness, change our vibration to that, then it gains in, it just expands so broadly that it's picked up by people who aren't even in contact with us. There's a sea of, I've talked about this before, there's a sea of consciousness out there. And what we contribute into it is what other people pull out of it. It's available to everyone. And sometimes we choose what we want to take out of it, but if we're not aware, we will take whatever's there. And so all of these other people who are focused on anger and resentment and all of that are going to be putting into that sea of consciousness all of those feelings of anger and resentment. So if we come along and we're doing our work, we're actually putting into that sea of consciousness peace and power and love and, anti-resistance. I don't know, not being resistant, going along with the flow of life. And that's all about changing our own vibration. And so that's why I wanted to talk about that experiment, because when you think about the effect that it has on our DNA, it truly is something that is going to not only help us feel better, but to contribute to the sea of consciousness. Now, water is a very interesting thing. Speaking of seas, not that I think the sea of consciousness is about water. I don't. But there's this man called Masaru Emoto. Some of you may have heard of him. And he did all of his work on water. And he came up with a theory that if you focus bad intentions, anger and resentment and all of those things on this bottle of water, then it actually changes the water molecule. And so here we are. I'm going to share my screen here. This is him. This is Masaru Emoto. And he was a Japanese businessman, author, and pseudoscientist. But what is interesting, his book, his original book, Messages from Water, which, by the way, is available at Amazon, but he's got like a ton of books now. Anything from $13 to $94. I saw one for a paperback. I thought that was interesting. But his ideas were that water is a blueprint for our reality and that emotional energies and vibrations could change its physical structure. And his water crystal experiments consisted of exposing water in glasses to various words, pictures, or music, then freezing it and examining the ice crystals' aesthetic properties with microscopic photography. Now, he claimed that the water exposed to positive speech and thoughts created visually pleasing ice crystals and that negative intentions yielded ugly ice formations. Okay, that's just sort of an introduction to him. All right, now I'm going to show you the slides from some of his work, which is I find very interesting. Here in this first slide is, and I can't, let me see if I can read it from here. Oh, I might have to just do it like this.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go from left to right there, because I can't read them.
All right, so that top left is thank you. The next one is wisdom, truth, eternal, angel, I love you, peace, you fool, you make me sick, evil, polluted water before prayer, and then polluted water after prayer.
Yeah. So as you can see, thank you, Faith. As you can see how beautiful these crystals are when there's positive thought forms, and when there's negative thought forms, how ugly those same crystals become. Now we're talking about the same molecule here. And then we come to this one, and it's the same kind of basic, idea. Faith, you want to read those too? I didn't think this through very much this morning. I just wanted to get them up.
We got, oh, that one's a little harder to read.
Is it?
Yeah, it's different kinds of music, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so the bottom two are.
Let me see if I can get it up here.
I have no idea. Sorry, guys.
I can get it up here. I can read it. Okay. I got it. All right. So the top one is heavy metal rock. Look at that molecule, how ugly it becomes. Not that I enjoy all music. I'm not against heavy metal rock, but it's interesting what it does to the molecules of water. The second one is Amazing Grace. Look how beautiful that is. And then this is the after, let's see. Something of love was sent remotely by 500 people. Look at how beautiful that is. It just has so much character to it. And the one next to it is You Disgust Me and You Fool, and then Thank You. Look how beautiful Thank You is. I find that so interesting. Then the next one I think is let's see, let me pull those up and see if I can see them up here. It's so crazy when you try to do something like this. Okay, so on this one is compassion, thank you, which is appreciation or gratitude, wisdom or truth. Look how beautiful those are. Joy, love, eternal, and harmony, hope, Hope is on the bottom left there. Angel, which I thought was interesting because it almost looks like an angel shape in the middle of it. And then soul, kind of a ring, almost like our aura or something. But aren't those fascinating? I mean, think about that for a minute. How we can change water simply by changing our thoughts. And when we change our thoughts, what we're really saying is we're changing the vibration. And obviously, we are changing the vibration of the water molecules, or in the case before, of the vials of DNA. And so it's very fascinating to me how much we can accomplish by just focusing our attention and our intention on love and peace and happiness and joy and appreciation and gratitude, on God within, on cultivating that relationship, as I always say, with that God within us. Because as we're cultivating that relationship, we are keeping the effects of this world, all the violence and hatred and all of that, out of our lives. It's out of our awareness, out of our consciousness. We're not pushing it down so we don't experience it. We are instead changing the focus of our attention to a higher vibration mode of being. And so there was a study, and I looked and looked and looked, and I can't find the information. But there was actually a study done on one of Mozart's compositions, where this lady was a mathematician, and you know, math and music are very integrated. And so she took and mathematically discerned Mozart's whatever this composition was, and then turned it in from this mathematical equation, turned it into comparing it to a DNA strand. And what she found is that the mathematical composition was the same as the DNA strand for love. It was crazy. I can't remember the exact, I may have misquoted it a little bit, but the idea was that Mozart, not even knowing what he was doing, Mozart was composing these things, this music for love, and the effect that it had on our DNA was actually love, which I thought was fascinating, because it really teaches us what we expose ourselves to is what changes us. You know, thoughts are things. Thoughts are definitely things, and they become things. It's not every thought, as I've said before. It's not individual thoughts. We have something like 400 thoughts per minute or something like that. And I can't imagine a world that every thought was creative, because it would be like, it's here, it's gone, it's here, it's gone, it's here, it's gone. Because we, humans just don't make up our minds very easily. We go back and forth, back and forth. And so I wouldn't want to like pop in a creation and then pop it back out again. So luckily it is the preponderance of our thought powered by, think of our thought as the vehicle through which creation happens. It's the preponderance of our thought fueled like gas from our emotions and our feelings. So in other words, when we change our vibration, what we're really saying is that we are affecting our own DNA to the point where all we see are those things, all those thoughts that are powerful and positive, and they're powered by emotion. So we begin to see those things come into fruition into the physical realm. And I shared with you last week, and I'll put it back up there, our teaching symbol about the creation of all things. So the upper part, well, first there's the unbroken circle of unity, meaning, it never ends. It is constant, never changes, never ends. And we have actually dissected it into 3 parts, even though you can't really part out something that is one, right? But, in order to illustrate what we're talking about, we've kind of had to dissect it into 3 parts. That upper part is conscious mind. And God uses that conscious mind to create us through itself. This middle portion is the subject or the matter of God. And the bottom portion is the physical realm. So this is us. We live in this bottom portion. And so when you look at the V, what we're saying is the process of creation is conscious mind creating itself through itself into form and then returning back into the nothingness from which it came. So that's our life cycle right there. When you're talking about it on an individual basis, like we are talking about changing our vibration. We have the conscious thought in this conscious mind up above here. We have a conscious thought that we utilize all of the experience we've ever had that is right here in this middle part and all of our reactions to it. This is also where the sea of consciousness is. So these conscious thoughts that we are having, these feelings of gratitude, love, and joy are being entered into the sea of consciousness, and that is what we create through. So when we come to the bottom, these are our creations. It's just like when you plant a seed in the garden. It starts out with the seed, goes into the soil, and comes out on the other end a plant. And then at the end of the season, it returns back to the nothingness from which it came. And so that's really what we're talking about here, is we're saying that when we change our vibration, we are putting our intent into that sea of consciousness, and what we are creating in our reality, what we are beginning to see in our reality, is the perfection of life, the happiness, the joy, the beauty of God's world. Because really, I mean, it's a beautiful world if we just really look outside and really appreciate it. Probably if I lived in a tenement house in the middle of the city, it wouldn't be as pretty to me. But then I could sit on the roof and look at the skies and appreciate the beauty there. There's always some place that I can find some beauty. But I want to change my vibration from that lower vibration of what the world seems to be focused on right now to a higher vibration that takes into account God and its power and presence in the world, and how we cultivate that relationship with the God within us. Now, those of you who are, don't like the word God, you can use universe or great spirit or whatever you want to use. My word is God. Doesn't have to be your word. It's the same process. It's that divine intelligence that runs through us that knows how to create all of these wonderful things in life, all of these beautiful molecules. When we focus on compassion or wisdom or truth or joy or love or hope, when we focus on all of that, we create this beautiful world, like these molecules of water, or like the DNA strands that I was talking about earlier. Our DNA strands are reacting to those thoughts and those feelings that we are having in a way that promotes health or promotes dis-ease. I personally don't like that lower vibration of dis-ease. I don't think most of us do. But if I want to experience the higher vibration of health, then I need to focus my attention on the good things in life. Not necessarily, I am well, I am well, I am well. It's not really like that, but the preponderance of my thought needs to be in the direction of positive living, living well, feeling well, energy, vitality. That needs to be the preponderance of my thoughts, while my emotions have to be on joy and love and harmony and hope. Not, I hope this will happen, but the bigger hope that there is a better world. And our feelings and emotions need to be focused on peace and harmony in the world, especially in our own lives. And I'm not saying there aren't things that knock me off of that. Trust me, there are. Oh my gosh. But I quickly try to focus my attention. I, go ahead and vent my anger, or, say what I'm afraid of, or, allow those emotions to come up and be addressed. And then I quickly move from that place to a higher vibration of love and joy and harmony and peace, because I don't want to stay there. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't pitch a tent there. You see, so many of us do. We get caught up in the energy of whatever it is, and that's where we stay. And we rehash it and rehash it and rehash it. And anything that we focus our attention on, we create more of. That's part of that creation cycle. So if I'm focusing my attention on all of the awful things that are happening in this world, the virus included, if I'm focusing all of my attention on that, then all I'm going to do is create more strife and dis-ease in my body. My DNA strands are definitely going to react to that. But if I am focused more on love, hope, peace, and joy, and gratitude, then I'm creating more of that, more things to be grateful for, more joy in my life, more love in my life. You know, I can't experience love until I have become that, right? We did the visioning. That's what the visioning is about becoming a spiritual principle through which God's vision can live through us or create through us. And so I focus my attention on being that, on being love, being joy, being harmony, being hope, being that. And because I'm being that, the world no longer affects me the same way. I'm not caught in that lower vibration. I haven't pitched a tent in the lower vibration. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Abraham Hicks. It's a channeled entity, but he talks a lot about the vortex. He talks about the only powerful place we have is when we're in the vortex. Now, if you listen to him long enough, you understand what he's talking about in a vortex. He's talking about wrapping yourself pretty much in the vibration of love, hope, peace, prosperity, wellness, health, you know, all of the good stuff. And as long as you keep your focus on that, there's like this vortex that keeps pulling you back to it. And you are participating in that level on the vibration of prosperity, the vibration of love, the vibration of peace. And while you're experiencing that, while you're in that vortex, then everything in your world out pictures exactly like you see it in the vortex. But the minute you step out of the vortex and start looking at the world through the eyes of your human doingness and get caught up in it, you have left the vortex and you have left that kind of sweep up that has kept us in that space where we are we feel and experience love, joy, harmony, and peace. Does that make sense? It's so weird not being able to have some people like shaking their head yes or putting their hand up or something like that. I have no way to get feedback. So that's why we say, you know, use the thumbs up, the love, and the wow, because then at least I have some feedback knowing if I'm on track with what you need to hear today. Well, God's on track, I should say. Because I don't know. I just sit here and speak, you know, and I know that there are things that come to me like in the middle of the night when I don't know exactly how it comes. And I don't know if that's as powerful for everybody else as it is for me. So it's always good to get that feedback to let me know if I'm on track. Okay. So, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Let me see what else Masaru Emoto says. He claims that positive words and emotions, classical music and positive prayer directed at the water produce beautiful crystals, while negative words and emotions and crude music, such as heavy metals, produce ugly crystals. Water is a very special chemical. So there was a project done by him and his group where they were going to these lakes that were completely polluted. And they were focusing collective prayer and collective thought and beaming love and good thoughts at this lake and cleaned up the pollution. I mean, it's just incredible. So one of the projects that he's really involved in is to clean up our oceans. And so go to Amazon.com and buy some of his books. He's got some really, really wonderful books. Years ago, let's see, let me pull up Amazon. I'll share the screen so you can see. I mean, he's just prolific at this point. This was his original. Oh, no, that wasn't it. His original is Messages from Water. This was the original one, and it's 9714. I don't think it's paperback. Nope, it is paperback, 9714, but it has all the crystals and everything, the images of the crystals. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not sharing. I just realized. There we go. Here it is, Messages from Water. This is all Amazon, by the way. And then he has, the hidden messages in water, the healing power of water, Messages from Water and the Universe, Love Thyself, the Message from Water 3, Messages from Water, Volume 1. Let's see. Yeah, these are pretty much all the same. But anyway, look up his work. I mean, he's fascinating. If you like reading books, he's a great read. especially if you like all of these ideas and you like to learn about scientific stuff. It's always good. She's probably telling me, oh, there's a set of cards too. There is? Oh, I see that. Okay. No, that's Wicca.
I've
He has a-
used the set of cards that are based off of his work, and they're really cool too.
Yeah, they are. Everything about his work is just fascinating to me. So yes, you can buy cards and you can do work with those cards too. We've even experimented around here with bottles of water, and then you put the positive love into the bottles of water, and you think water, you think those thoughts every day. Like we labeled the bottles so we would know, okay, focus love in this bottle and focus happiness in this bottle. And then we would drink the water. And it was interesting to see that our bodies really did respond to all of that. Because again, the DNA, our DNA responds to all of the good thoughts that we're putting into that water, and we're actually taking in that water. And so when you think about it like that, you begin to see that the ocean really could actually, if enough of us, if the Christ consciousness got together in all its forms and focused our attention on the healing and the destruction of pollution in the ocean, if all of us got together and did that, can you imagine how clean the ocean would become and how much better the animal life would be able to live and how much better our lives would be because of that, So just kind of take that with you this week. Like, how are you changing your vibration? We say change your thinking, change your life, but I really think that changing your vibration, change your life, it really addresses it better. Because if I can up level my vibration, not only do I feel better, but also I'm doing something for the world. And I think that's really what we're about. I think that's what we're here on the earth to do, to communicate God's love through each other, to each other, and to be able to understand the 8% of our brain that we're actually using. We only use like 8% of it. Can you imagine if all of us were to use 100% of our brains, what we might be able to create in this world, what we might be able to affect in this world? Not just the clean oceans, but amazing things would happen. So this week, my challenge to you this week, take a bottle of water, decide what you're going to focus on, and focus your attention and your intention of that word, whether it's love or peace or happiness or joy, any one of those words. Focus your attention on that bottle of water, and every day take a couple sips and tell me if you don't feel better. I'd love to hear from you, your experiment. You want to do that with me? Anybody willing to do that with me? And in the meantime, even if you don't want to do the water exercise, do this with me. Every time you get caught up in what's happening in the world right now, whether that be the virus or, what's happening in Russia with him being locked up. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, so I'm just not going to try to say it. Navalny. Yes, thank you. Navalny being locked up, or Black Lives Matter, or white supremacists, or any of that. If you start to get caught up in that, please take your attention off of it. Focus on God's love in the world. Focus on God's peace in the world. Take a stand for peace. Take a stand for love, because that's how we're going to heal the world. Let's have a prayer. Right now, I just turn my awareness to the infinite power, the infinite presence of God. To that place within me that knows beyond human understanding just how powerful God is in this world. Because I know there is only one power, one presence, one life, one love, one beingness. I know that God is all there ever has been, all there ever will be, and all there is right here, right now. Only God. And so that is where I find myself, in the midst of God. My very essence, my very life, my very being. It is who and what I am. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that infinite power and presence and intelligence of God. I know this same truth to be so for God's team I have the honor and privilege to manage. That Faith and Oz and Lynn and I are one. That we are performing the actions that allow God's message to touch lives. And we are guided and led by that infinite power and presence within us. So we know what it is that is our work to do. I know this same truth for everyone who is here, whether that be in real time or watching later, for we are all one. There is no place where one leaves off and the other begins. All of us are one. Mitakuye Oyasin, we are all one. So I bless this coming week. I do know that as we take our focus of attention off of the things of this world and place them on the things of God's world, love, peace, harmony, beauty, intelligence, life. As we focus our attention on these things, not only our lives, but our world begins to shift and change from that lower vibration to an up level so that it matches the vibration of God. And I know this truth for every name that is in the ministry of prayer today, because I do know that whatever challenge people are experiencing, the power of God is so much more powerful than those. The appearance of these conditions is relieved by the pulling forth of that spiritual truth of God in the situation, by utilizing the power of God to overcome those things. So I pull back the veil right now. I expose God's truth in the midst of all of this. I claim it for them in their name as good and very good. And so I give thanks. My heart just fills with gratitude as I just let this be so. And so it is. Amen. Whew, I get so high. Who needs drugs? I have prayer. All right. So now is our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings. And your opportunity to give from that place of knowingness, of gratitude for that which you have already created in this world and that which you have created on a subjective level, which may not have yet made it into the physical realm. It's your chance to express that gratitude and to institute the law of circulation and attraction and cause and effect. That is how we operate through the spiritual laws, is by giving and receiving. You can't give without receiving, and you can't receive without giving. And so I invite you now to go to oasiscsl.org. Faith has it up there on the screen as well as in the comments. And in the middle of that first page, you're going to see our offering affirmation, and then directly below it is the contribute now. But I want to speak a little bit about what you're contributing to, because we are dedicated to bring God's message to the world, whether that's one person at a time or groups at a time. But God's message really needs to get out to the world so we can affect some of the changes that we need to affect in the world, in Russia and in Brazil, and all the places where there's strife and struggle right now. Well, I guess with the virus, that's every place. Anyway, we are focused on getting our message out to the world, or God's message out to the world. And so by contributing to our organization, what you are doing is contributing to us marketing to the world so that other people have access or know how to find us to be able to listen to God's message every Sunday. So that being said, Again, you're going to www.oasiscsl.org. In the middle of the page is our offering affirmation. If you're viewing this in real time or if you're here later, please say it along with us because that blesses the contribution that you are giving. Ready? Say it with me. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive. And so it is. Oh, where'd it go? I have way too many things going on here. I guess I'm going to have to go back to YouTube here. And there it is.
Summer into fall, winter into spring. Listen to the call that thoughts become things. Thoughts become things. I let my wishes ring. I'm awakening. The pendulum swings. The thoughts becoming things. The blessings they can bring. Aware that I'm aware. My thinking is a prayer. My thinking is a prayer. My thinking is a prayer. Thoughts become things. My wishes sing. I'm affirming now, God's declaring how each and every hour I tap into the power of universal law. It brings a state of awe. The magic of the mind is out of space and time, out of space and time, out of space and time. I'm opening. I'm awakening. Thoughts become things, the pleasures they can bring, the treasures of the King. I am one with everything. 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 Summer into fall, winter into spring. Listen to the call that thoughts become things. 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 Choose good ones.
That was Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver. Her music is available on her website. Faith will have posted her information in the comments. You do have to contact her because she can't update her website. So if you want to purchase something, you have to get to her by email and let her know so that she can tell you where to send money to. Karen Drucker was the one that Faith did, and Karen Drucker also has a website. She has gifted us with her entire collection. We do ties to her, but there's 20 CDs with songbooks and sing-alongs and all kinds of things. You can either purchase a song if you like that one song that Faith sang, or if you like an entire album CD, which was The Beloved. Is that what it was, Faith? Yeah, The Beloved. Okay, so you can purchase the entire CD. You can also get the songbook, and some of her stuff has American Sign Language in it. So she teaches you how to sign what you're singing, which is kind of cool. So anyway, go to her website. It does work. You can purchase those online, either by song or by entire CD. So let's support her. We love to support those that support us. We have a wonderful ministry of prayer that if you will let us know whatever challenge you're experiencing, we will do prayer for you every day for a week. And again, our prayer is not a beseeching prayer. Our prayer is changing the vibration in our mind of the condition to the vibration of God, so that the power of God is what wills out. So if you would like to have prayer for something, please click on the comment section and let us know. And if you don't want it to be public, you can always message one of us and we'll get it on that prayer list. We have a Facebook group page that is only to the only people that can see it is our God Squad, which is our licensed practitioners. So if you would like to have prayer for something, again, either put it in the comments or message one of us, and we will make sure that it gets on that God Squad page. All right. I want to let you know that Oz is available by appointment for Oz is available at the end of the service for our 1 minute miracle. It's not a time for sharing what, counseling. It's for sharing whatever condition you are experiencing, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right then and there. And you can reach him through video chat. Be patient. If he doesn't answer right away, it means he's with someone else, and try him back a few minutes later. Our practitioners, our licensed practitioners, are available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance as well. You can look them up on our website, oasiscsl.org. And you can reach out to them and set up a counseling session, and they'll figure out spiritual guidance session. It's not really counseling. You can figure out a way to get them paid and set up an appointment, and then they will reach out to you through video chat. So take advantage of this loving offering they provide. So if you would like to be part of our God Squad, you don't necessarily have to be a licensed practitioner. You do have to be willing to, number one, keep it all confidential. You can't even tell your spouse what you're praying about. And then also you need to be willing to do affirmative prayer every day for a week and follow through on that. So if you would like to do that, type yes in the comments, and Faith will add you to our God Squad. And if you would like to be part of our public-facing group page, which is our online community, type more in the comments, and Faith will add you to that. As I said, we like to support those who support us. And so I want to show you this lovely bracelet that I have received from Brooks and Bailey. See, yeah. You can see that it has a really cool, I like the fastener on it. It's real different. But here's their information. You can reach them through Brooks and Bailey 0307@gmail.com. And all proceeds benefit the lab rescue. So it's a great thing to do, I think, supporting them. Because they support us. And also Brooks Limited, she has wonderful stuff. This is one of her dusters. I just love this thing. It's one size fits all, and it looks good on no matter what your shape is. I think that's so cool. But all of her stuff is one of a kind stuff, and you can either update your wardrobe by buying a complete outfit, or you can update your wardrobe by just purchasing one piece and updating it. And that's Brooks Ltd. Again, those are in the comments. And now, Faith, would you like to address our Foundations of Science of Mind class, which is starting this Thursday?
Sure. So in the comments, with all of our announcements, we have our Venmo username. How we are doing payment for the classes that start Thursday is Venmoing $30 before the class that you attend for the first 5 classes, and then before the 6th class, we need that $150. You can also, if you want to talk about this stuff through
the audit.
Yeah, that.
Okay, I could do that. So we only ask $30 for you to audit the class. The parent organization, our affiliate organization, keeps records of everybody who's taken a class. Obviously, if you've taken a class with me, I already know. But if I don't know you, if you've taken a class somewhere else, I will contact home office, and they'll be able to let me know where you took your class, who your teacher was, and all that good stuff. So that we make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page when we come into a class that's auditing. For beginners who are taking the class, obviously you're not going to have any background, and that's perfect, because we want to we just, it's a great way for you to really get into what it is we teach and change your life for the better. So, and Faith will be assisting me, right? Yeah. So it's 6 o'clock on Thursdays. Did you? Okay.
I will talk about that later. I think so.
Okay. Faith has started a job. So I don't know if she's going to have Thursday nights off. She was going to support me on that, but we'll see what happens. If she has an opportunity to make some money, I'm not going to stand in her way. So great. Okay. So this Thursday, as of right now, I have no registrations. If I don't get a registration by Tuesday, we are not having the class. So sign up now if you want to do it. All right. Again, that audit fee is only $30. But other than that, it's $30 per session until the 6th session. And then we ask that you pay the balance. We know everybody's got challenges with money right now. So we're trying to figure out a way to do this. All right. So we are ready right now for our final song, the meme that we like you to take away with you because it blesses you as much as it blesses us.
So blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
Hey, Oz, you're muted.
And I tune myself with the vibrations of silence. For there in silence is God. Be still and know that this is so. For behind all the chaos and confusion is the infinite, permanent power of God. Its stunning and great force is greater than any confusion, greater than any chaos, greater than any suffering, greater than any pain. For it is producing the universe, and its force is infinite. And I rely on that infinite force to create order, to create substance, to create beauty, to create life, to create me, to create you. For it is the only thing that has that power to do. And for that, I give great thanks, and I let it be so. And so it is.
And so it is. All right. I don't know. I remember us saying that that you need to put in the comment of the Venmo which class it's for, or if it's an audit. So I just wanted to send that out there. Okay. Thank you for being here with us today. We love you. Stay safe. Wear a mask until next week. Join us at 10:30 a.m. on Mountain Time for the next service. We love you. Bye.